Dirty and dangerous, 8th Ave seems to be living up to its bad reputation.
And it was on full display tonight as Fox 5's Arthur Chian found out firsthand.
There are some neighborhood stories that take us a while to find when we get out there. This isn't one of them. From illegal drugs being done in the open, to the glaring presence of the mentally ill, to piles of trash and even piles of city bikes. There's also what locals describe as a constant presence of loitering. 8th Avenue in Manhattan is getting attention, but for the wrong reasons.
Well, this part is getting bad. You know, we all know that it's getting bad.
Obviously, if you come out late night, something might happen.
There have been plenty of recent signs of how bad things have been getting, from slashings to stabbings to carjackings and robberies to clusters of illegal mopeds, scooters, and e-bikes. It's not just residents who are at wit's end here, but businesses, including the Garment District Alliance, which has been documenting widespread drug use along this corridor.
From here to about 50th.
We talked to Bishop, who tells us he's homeless and that there are so many out here now that we are seeing a range of behavior, from the good to the not so good.
Stragglers. You can say they're homeless. I'm homeless, though. Some of us are good, some of us are not, some of us are clean, some of us are dirty.
Looking at police data for this neighborhood, the information is conflicting. For instance, grand larcenies are down, but assaults are up. And robberies are down, but drug arrests are up. New Yorkers here tell us they don't need stats to know that it's gotten bad out here, and say the city doesn't have to create new laws in order to clean 8th Avenue up.
I don't want to say anything that enforce no rules, but, they need to be stricter out here.
While certain signs seem clear here, the city getting stricter doesn't seem to be one of them. Along 8th Avenue, Arthur Chian, Fox 5 News.
Hello, welcome to episode 102. In this episode, I'm entitling Avenue of Crime. Due to the rise in crime on New York's famed 8th Avenue. Eighth Avenue is a world-renowned avenue, a famous strip in Manhattan. But recently, 8th Avenue has been marred by homelessness, carjacking, assaults, and robbery, and loitering. You can firsthand witness illegal drugs being done out in the open. There's a glaring presence of the mentally ill there, the homeless there, drug addicts, and consistent loitering around and about the businesses within the area. Some has noticed that crime across the New York City area this week includes a series of shootings in Brooklyn, one violent night that left four injured and a mother shot and killed in front of her child. A triple shooting on Randall's Island. But 8th Avenue has seen its fair share of crimes being committed, from stabbings, slashings, carjacks, and robberies to exorbitant amounts of illegal mopeds and e-bikes left strewn all around the streets. The Garment District Alliance, which has been monitoring the widespread drug use along the corridors. When you have the Garment District Alliance, which is an alliance of businesses within that area, and they're monitoring and documenting the drug problem that they're having on 8th Avenue in Manhattan. Police data from the neighborhood shows grand larcenies are down, But assaults are up. Robberies are also down. But drug use within the area, i.e. the open drug use, is up. This is something the city had to get a hold of, dedicate more resources to it to try to combat and rein in this type of crime. Because you can't have the lawlessness, the loitering, the open drugs being used and done. This is an area that is frequented by many tourists. This is an area where people come to buy garments and clothing and other things. This is an area where people that own businesses within the area possibly losing money because of the atmosphere of homeless, mentally ill, drug addicts within this area. This is obviously something that Mayor Adams and the city has to pay way more attention to and dedicate more resources to combat the crime and stuff in this area. This is Manhattan. This is where majority of the tourists come through at. This is where a lot of business go on in New York City and it's conducted in New York City. You cannot allow for this to become open air drug market, a place where people are being robbed and assaulted. This is the face that you want to show the world of your city when people come to visit. This is what you want your residents to live under and have to deal with on a regular basis. I would applaud the mayor and the police commissioner to allocate more resources to this specific area. Try to combat and get this situation under control. Try to limit it somewhat in some way. I know there's a big problem with the mentally ill. You have to deal with them with kid gloves and white gloves. Where there's got to be a way that you have to be able to deter them from the area, loitering and hanging around the area. You're probably scaring some of the residents and the tourists. And not only that, the businesses that operate in that area that's probably paying city wage taxes or paying taxes. And they're not getting the service that they deserve as far as the police protection them, the property, and their business. And this is a glaring problem that it shouldn't take me or other people to report on for the city to get a grip on it. Get a grip on it. Besides New York is this country's largest city. New York is this country's most populous city, which means it has the most people. Probably one of the most popular cities in the world. This is not the face that you want tourists and people from out of town when they come in to see. This is how New York is. This is what it is. This is what it's became. No, that's a black eye. And Mary Adams, if I was you, I would get on this pronto. I say pronto, pronto. It's immediately. Like this is mind-boggling how much this area has failed and this neighborhood has become. But there's always room for change. There's always room to do better. And I'm hoping and praying that it does get better within this area and New York City as a whole. Thanks, like, share, and subscribe. Also, subscribe to my podcast, Hers and His, where we discuss relationship issues. I also have a podcast coming that deal with sports and football. So be on the lookout for them. Thank you for your support. I appreciate it. Thank you for everything. Also, Saeed Aboud Amin. He does the music for my outros and intros. Today was the music for the outro. But support him. You can find him at Abu Saeed Amin. Facebook, Instagram with the same name. Also, Sandlot Brothers and Two Brothers in the Laptop. Check them out. Thank you.
Abu Saeed.